Get this, it cost taxpayers £15,000 to cover damages paid to an academic science secretary who Michelle Donnellan falsely accused of supporting Hamas. So essentially the taxpayer forked out £15,000 for legal fees on behalf of a minister who wrongly accused an academic of supporting Hamas.
Well, on Tuesday, Ms Donnellan retracted the comments that she made about Professor Kate Sang last year, but the taxpayers are on the hook for them. Let's speak to Elliot Keck, the head of campaigns at the Taxpayers Alliance. And Elliot, should the taxpayers be on the hook for a mistake that was made by a minister? Obviously, the department would argue she made that mistake in her role as Education Secretary.
Well, good afternoon, Tom. And as you said, the department have put out a statement saying that ministers are entitled to legal costs on matters relating to their responsibilities and conduct as a minister. I think when it comes to responsibilities, that's entirely justified. Ministers are obviously dealing with huge departments, dealing with a huge range of issues and deserve support. When it comes to their conduct, that's where I think it becomes a lot more debatable. I think Michelle Donnellan has made quite a serious mistake here on an incredibly sensitive issue. It's something that she should have been much more careful about. And I think taxpayers will rightly be unhappy about being left on the hook for this.
And of course, opposition parties are making a noise about this. You've got the Labour Party, the Liberal Democrats, all demanding that Michelle Donnellan pay her own legal fees. I do wonder how much this happens.
Well, it's a very interesting question. I think that is a question that I have, that a lot of taxpayers are going to have. Has this happened before? Has this similar case happened? As I said, you know, if a minister is being taken to court or there's threats because of their responsibilities, you know, let's take for one example, the Scottish government is paying the court costs of when it took the UK government to court over the Gender Recognition Act. Now, I think that's an entirely appropriate and entirely sensible. That's a very real pressing issue related to how legislation is passed. But when it's something like this, where frankly the minister makes quite a serious allegation on a very sensitive issue and frankly clearly gets it wrong, that's incredibly worrying. And I think that's why taxpayers will be really questioning.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Elliot Keck, their head of campaigns at the Taxpayers Alliance.